Yeah, here, I'll look at the Toys R Us thing now before I forget. I used to love Toys R Us when I was a kid. I was actually kind of sad when they shut down, to be honest. But I'm glad to see they're back making AI commercials now. Good for them. That's so great. The retail toy brand premiered a short promo film at the 2024 Canes. What? Hey, what? You can do that? You can just put marketing material at Canes for your toy store? I thought this was reserved for, like, new films, like artsy films, big films. Why? The company's entertainment studio partnered with creative agency Native Foreign, which had early access to Sora. Toys R Us said it believes it's the first brand to debut a film using the technology. The tool is not yet publicly available. No one's gonna like this, Toys R Us. Christ, just showing why they went out of business. They're so, like, disconnected from reality. No one wants to watch an AI film.
Did you ever wonder how Toys R Us and Jeffrey the Giraffe came to be? The son of a bike shop owner, Charles Lazarus, had a vision.
The greatest toy store there is.
That is the worst jingle I've ever heard in my life. Also, Jeffrey looking straight up awful here. Lost all the charm of the old Jeffrey. Is that really the best they could cook up with AI music? The greatest toy story there, or the greatest toy store there is? At least come up with a great hook. Like when I made some AI tracks goofing around, I had that one fire one, which was, what happened to my schlong? What was the hook though? I can't remember the hook. Well, it just goes to show you it didn't really linger up here in the old noodle. Point is, come up with a better hook.
Toys R Us was the dream of Charles Lazarus. May all of your dreams come true too.
This one's for you, Charles.
And the dream continues on with a Toys R Us at every Macy's.
Cool. So, why? I mean, I guess it was super cheap since they just used AI to make that whole advertisement. Reactions to the clip were mixed, with some calling it compelling, fascinating look into the future of films. Who said this? Like one guy? One guy who considers himself a prompt engineer because he types some fucking sentences into Sora or Chat GPT or Midjourney. Who actually thinks it's compelling or fascinating? This ad doesn't even make sense since the toys in the ad aren't even purchasable. Well, it's supposed to give you the idea that they have toys, I think, and the feeling of toys. You watch the new Acolyte episode tonight? I did not. I'll watch it tomorrow. It's really good. I don't believe you. I straight up don't believe you. What do you mean the new Acolyte episode is really good? The whole show has been bad so far. Are you telling me they just made a banger? Out of nowhere? Off of the worst setup of all time? No way. I would be shocked. Though, they did leave it open for some actual combat again, and their action has been pretty decent, so maybe it's just pure action. And that's the only thing they're getting right. So that could be good. Have you seen the stupid AI trailer for the AI movie Monster Camp? Another one? What the fuck? Monster Camp, an AI film concept. An adorable AI animation film concept about a cute little monster heading to Monster Summer Camp. That sounds AI generated. Let me see.
When school is finally out, there is only one place a monster
Is this it? Is this the right one? God damn, it's actually scary how good AI is getting and how quickly it's getting good. Like this shot right here. God damn it. Jesus, that shot right there, if not for this, would actually look like a real animated film. Some of the other shots though, not so much, but this one, if you didn't have this window right here, if it was just him and maybe like closed window, I'd be like, wow, that actually just got lifted from an animated film. This is not good. Obviously it's not good, I'm just saying the AI is very impressive that it can do something like this. So what is this for? What are they making this for? Surely not a movie to go to theaters. Brace, because this is going to be a ton of movies coming out just like this soon, all AI generated. Planning on speedrunning any games soon? I don't know, I haven't found another good speedrun recently. This one seems cool, but it also seems a little hard for me with this Twin Sanity speedrun. I've had it queued up for actual months now. Well, 2 months. It really seems like a great speedrun, but it just seems too intense for me. Someone said Little Kitty Big City speedrun. Let me see. This seems like a pretty decent speed run. That might actually be a little too short for me, though. Bruh, isn't House of Caravan like 11 seconds long? Yeah, but those 11 seconds have so much action in them. Like, those 11 seconds feel like 11 hours. I did a speedrun pretty recently. What do you mean? I speedran the Home Alone bootleg game. And then I think there was another game after that I speedran. It hasn't been that long. Oh, WXYZ was saying that he's got some new speedruns. This guy speedruns all of the Steam dog shit. Maybe we'll speedrun something here. Take another world record from him. WXYZ's in streams, and he always speedruns the dumbest shit on Steam that no one's ever heard of. It's inspiring. That's a pretty cool glitch. Was that a sheep? What did you jump on? Was it a barrel or like an animal? I couldn't tell. Find my wiener speedrun. 12 seconds, huh? Very high quality. Not bad, not bad. Pretty cool speedrun. Bro, how does he find these games? I don't know. But what's crazy is he not only finds these games, he actually finds glitches in these games like this. Like, he doesn't just do a game no one's played fast. Like, he doesn't just play through it normally fast. He actually finds really optimized routes and glitches for them. Reminds me of that other speedrunner who does obscure games. You've mentioned him on a stream a couple of times. Unimaginative Handle, but he retired. I don't think he's ran any games in the last, like, 6 or 7 years. Sonic Project 06 speedruns go kind of hard. Oh, Sonic 06 has a really stupid speedrun. This is the one where you just blast that person into the water and it instantly ends your game because you gathered a bunch of text options beforehand. And now she's about to fall in the water. Oh, I misremembered. I thought she fell in the water, not Sonic. But basically what happens is you store this text with the yes, no, and then you go to the final NPC who gives you the final quest and you just say yes. So it just insta-completes everything. I think that's how it works. I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it is. You hear the news about the guy that flew 17 miles to a guy's house to murder them with a hammer over drama and a dead MMO. I saw a little bit about that story. What do you mean he flew 17 miles? That's like a 15-minute drive. I didn't see that. Is there even flights that'll take you 17 miles? I don't remember where it was, but that'd be like an actual 6-second flight. Like, how would you even get off the plane? You'd actually have to jump off with a parachute. You probably travel 17 miles on ascent. Like, from the runway, before you even reach cruising altitude, you've probably already reached well over 17 miles. Now I need to look it up and get more information. Where the fuck was this? Across a neighborhood? I'm just gonna type in flying hammer. I don't know what I expected. Oh, it worked. New Jersey man accused of flying to Florida to attack fellow gamer with a hammer. I can't believe flying hammer actually worked. 20-year-old accused of flying from New Jersey to Florida to kill fellow online gamer with a hammer. The 20-year-old suspect was charged with attempted second-degree murder for attacking the victim whom he'd never met in person. Edward Kang and the victim had never met in person before the attack early Sunday, but they were acquainted through an online video game called Arcade, which Nassau County Sheriff Bill Leeper said during a press conference allows players to fight and kill each other's characters. You don't fucking say, Bill. Fucking obviously, Bill. Was that supposed to be like a big revelation? In this video game, you can fight other players and kill them! Arcade, though. Holy shit. I didn't know that game was actually still around. I know you said dead MMO, but I thought the servers got shut down for that a long time ago. Holy. What a throwback. That's 2013. Reminds me Taylor Swift broke a jet record with a flight equal to a 5-minute drive recently. Hey, congrats. That's big, Taylor. I knew you could do it. I knew you could find a way to fly even shorter distances. I'm not even going to fact check you because it sounds so believable. Queso just lost Minecraft hardcore. Oof. Hey. Happens. Could be worse. This guy could have flown in from New Jersey to hit him with a hammer for losing in Minecraft Hardcore. So, hey. Honestly, you got it easy, brother. Lieber said it's unclear what exactly occurred in the fantasy game to prompt Kang to jump on a flight to the victim's Florida home Thursday evening, but the suspect told authorities after his arrest that the victim is a bad person online. What the fuck? It's so creepy to read. Oh. Yeah, this Arcage player is a bad person. He killed me in PvP. After telling his family he was leaving New Jersey to meet a friend he met through an online video game years ago, Kang landed in Jacksonville from Newark and took an Uber to his hotel in Florida Fernandina Beach, arriving there at 2 a.m. June 21st. He later went to an Ace Hardware where he purchased a hammer and a flashlight, receipts in his hotel room showed. Then, around 48 hours after his arrival, Kang went to the victim's Fernandina Beach residence and entered through an unlocked door. The unknowing victim had been playing video games in his room when he got up to use the restroom, opened the door, and found Kang standing with a hammer raised in the air, anticipated strike position, while wearing all black gloves and a mask. Holy shit. The victim's stepfather said he was awakened by screams for help and entered his stepson's room to find him struggling on the ground with Kang still armed with a hammer. The victim and his stepfather were able to disarm and restrain Kang until deputies arrived at 2 a.m., when they discovered significant amounts of blood in the home's entryway in the victim's bedroom. Sheriff said both gamers, who are around the same age, were taken to a local hospital and have both been released. Kang into custody and booked into Nassau County Jail. The victim had severe head wounds, but they appeared to be non-life-threatening. That's super lucky. He got super lucky. Used the iframes. Oh, you know he was he was combat rolling. Hats off to him and his dad. Really, his dad for acting so quick. What a fucking insane person. Actual lunatic. The sheriff said his office believes Kang left New Jersey with the intent to kill the victim and that the suspect's charges of attempted second-degree murder and armed burglary may be upgraded in the future as investigation continues. They should be, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. This was clearly premeditated. After his arrest, Leeper said Kang asked the deputy how much jail time a person gets for breaking and entering an assault. I would say Mr. Kang is going to be a long time before you play video games again. That goes kind of hard. Oh, shit. And that's particularly true for Arcage. According to an April announcement, the Korean massive multiplayer online role-playing game will shut down in Europe and North America on June 27th due to a decline in active players. And at least one of the active players is an actual maniac. Oof. He won't even get to say goodbye! Dude caught an attempted murder charge for a game shutting down in a few days. Yeah, it shuts down tomorrow. This guy said, fuck it. I'm gonna take him out. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the potential real-world consequences of online interaction. We urge the public to exercise caution, report any suspicious online behavior to the authorities, and always ensure their homes are securely locked. Okay, what is the Karen Reed case? That's like the fourth or fifth person to mention that, and I still haven't looked it up. I don't know anything about this. Karen Reed? Reed is accused of hitting O'Keefe with her black SUV outside of a home January 29, 2022, following a night of drinking. Her defense contends that O'Keefe was dragged outside after he was beaten up in the basement and bitten by a dog at Boston officer Brian Albert's home in Canton. Reed, a former adjunct professor at Bentley College, pleaded not guilty to charges of second-degree murder, which carries a maximum penalty of life in prison along with manslaughter while operating under the influence of alcohol and leaving the scene of a personal injury or death. The manslaughter charge carries a penalty of 5 to 20 years, and the other charge is a maximum of 10. Her case has been surrounded by a media storm underpinned by a distrust of police and feigned by crime bloggers. When closing arguments began, defense attorney Alan Jackson told the jury, "You have been lied to," arguing that the evidence, including an inverted video of Reed's SUV, was intentionally manipulated by an investigation that sought to protect other members of law enforcement. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a cover-up in this case, plain and simple. The defendant leaves voicemail seething in rage as she's screaming, "John, I blank hate you." Wait, what? Okay, there's a lot I'd have to catch up on here to understand the Karen Reed case. Defense attorney Alan Jackson asked Wolf if the damage on Reed's SUV was consistent with a pedestrian strike. In your expert opinion, based on all your testing, is the damage done to the tail light that you saw consistent with striking a human head? No, Wolf said. In your expert opinion, is the damage to the tail light you saw consistent with striking a human arm? No. Testimony began Monday with Dr. Frank Sheridan, a retired doctor with specialty in forensic pathology, said he reviewed several pieces of evidence in this case, including police reports, O'Keefe's autopsy, and photographs of the scene in Reed's SUV. The defense showed a photo of Keefe's injuries to his arm. If you are hit by a vehicle, whichever part of your body is hit, if it is a significant impact at all, you are going to get bruising. We don't have any bruising here. We just have what I would call linear abrasions without any bruising, so that does not look to me at all, remotely, like an impact from a motor vehicle. Sheridan said his initial reaction is that the arm injuries are likely the result of a dog using its claws and possibly its teeth, but he's not 100% sure. My basic impression is that these are consistent with marks caused by a dog using its paw or claws, if you want to put it that way, and possibly teeth. The husband was a cop. He was killed by other cops allegedly after a drunk night out, and they're allegedly covering it up / framing the wife. I don't know anything about this case, but if you have a forensic expert coming in saying, yeah, if you got hit in your arm with a car, there'd definitely be bruising, and there's no bruising here, just abrasions, and none of this is consistent with striking a human, I'd immediately start questioning this. Like in a very big way. She's being framed by the cops. From my very, very brief and limited exposure to this case, that's the impression I'm getting as well. And it's not like cops wouldn't do that. There's absolutely some corrupt cops that certainly would. Well, you should be hired to be a detective. Agreed. What did the expert say? Interesting. Okay. Then the cops did it. And I don't look at anything else, just 3 sentences. The verdict comes out tomorrow. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I'm probably going to look more into the Karen Reed stuff. This is very interesting. You sure you haven't heard of JonBenét Ramsey? The name's not ringing bells. JonBenét Ramsey. A 6-year-old beauty queen found murdered in her home in Colorado. So she was one of those like child beauty pageant kids. So just hearing that makes me think the parents did it. The parents of those children are absolute fucking lunatics. It's a famous story. I've never heard of it, I don't think. Yeah, apparently it was a huge story. Everyone in chat is saying that it was a massive story and they don't know how I didn't know it. I've actually just never heard of that. Or maybe I have and just forgot. I don't know. That doesn't seem like something I'd forget though. You were like 2 when it happened? Well, yeah, 1996 I would have been 2, but the thing is like cases that are that big, like for instance, OJ happened when I was literally born. So like cases when they're that big, you'd still hear about. So I'm sure I've probably heard about it at some point, I guess. I don't know, with how big this case must have been. Wouldn't be a half bad red thread topic. I'll tell Jackson. I'll put him on the case if he thinks it's like a case to cover on it. There's a conspiracy that they faked the death of JonBenét Ramsey after she grew up to become Katy Perry. What the fuck? What? What kind of mumbo jumbo? Man, some of the celebrity conspiracy theories are actually pretty interesting. They're by far the most iconic is the Avril Lavigne is dead theory. You guys know that one? I'm sure all of you know that one. That's probably the biggest one. Avril Lavigne died and she was replaced. Isn't there a theory about Miley Cyrus also? Don't know the Miley Cyrus one, but the Avril Lavigne one was massive for a while. Here, hold on. I'll show you the proof. Well, proof is definitely the wrong fucking word for this. So between the music style change and also like a couple of breadcrumbs, they think that Avril Lavigne died in 2003 and was replaced. Where's the they used to share a photo, because on one of the album covers there's like a name etched in there. I think it was like, I don't remember what the name was actually. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm just gonna find it. Melissa, that's what it was. Melissa Vandella. Is that what it? I don't remember the Vandella part, but I remember the Melissa part. There's a whole Wikipedia on this. Avril Lavigne replacement theory. Yeah, there it is. It was here. It was Melissa written on her hand. Yeah, I'm surprised this got its own Wikipedia article. Reminds me of the Paul McCartney is dead theory, saying that he died in 1966 and replaced by a lookalike named Billy Shears. Yeah, it's just actual fucking nonsense, though. Lookalike Melissa was originally hired to distract paparazzi. It alleges that Lavigne befriended Melissa shortly before the singer's supposed death. And then her body double was taught how to sing and perform like the musician. If you want a great red thread topic, look up the Manna-clad Mormon case. A Miss America contestant kidnapped a man and he became her sex slave. She fled the country, cloned her dog 5 times, paid a 15-year-old kid to steal money to buy a fake leg for her 3-legged horse, and then killed an old lady in a hit and run. What? Cloned her dog 5 times? You can clone a dog now? Yeah, it's expensive. Wait, you can actually clone a dog? Dog cloning through Viajin Pets presents an opportunity for dog owners to open a new window for extending their relationships with their beloved pets. Cloned animals contain the exact same genes as their donor. So here's a testimonial from someone who cloned their dog. It's on a Reddit thread asking for people that have done it. So take it with a grain of salt, I guess. I have a family friend who did this, and the dog's personality was nothing like the original. I know it may feel like a comfort to see a creature who looks similar, but remember that he won't be the same dog you remember, and it's only going to hurt you when you see the difference. Yeah, that sounds about right. I've known several dog clones through my dad. I had no idea this was a thing. I don't know though. I feel like it's not. I don't think it's as weird as some people seem to think it is. Actually, to be honest, at least the way it seems like they do this is they just kind of copy the dog's DNA. I don't think it's that bad. Unless maybe there comes like some degradation with it, perhaps. The process involves scientific procedures that cause pain, suffering, and distress with little consideration for ethics or animal welfare. Wait, what? It's just isn't it just blood? They just draw blood? Who? Oh, wait. This isn't from a reputable source. Never mind. I shouldn't have even bothered reading that. Never mind. Let me go somewhere else. Snuppy the Afghan Hound was the first cloned dog in the world in South Korea in 2005. So, oh wow. It's actually not even blood. So cells taken from mouth and stomach. So they take cells from the tissue and then use it to make the clones. How are dog clones made? Producing one cloned dog requires several additional dogs to help bring it to life. He explains the process. The first original dog's tissue is needed. Then cloners will need to harvest about a dozen egg cells from mother dogs. Next, they zap the combined cells with electricity. Oh, this is actual Dr. Frankenstein shit. This way the cells start dividing. Then, he said, another mother dog known as a surrogate is needed to carry the puppies to birth. During the process, the nucleus is removed from the original donor's egg. The nucleus is the center of the cell. The nucleus is injected with material from the animal to be cloned. After the cells combine, it takes about 60 days for the dogs to be born. Sometimes the dogs have to be removed from their mother's stomach with surgery. How similar are they? Cloned animals contain the exact same genes as their donor, however they might have slight differences in how these genes are expressed. Markings, eye color, for example, could differ. Huh. I had no idea this was possible. Yeah, no, I'm reading about Barbara Streisand's dog clones right now. That's where this information is coming from. You can do that exact same thing with humans, it's just illegal. That's so fascinating. I can't imagine you can do it with humans, though. I don't think we're that far along. I think you can get away with it with, like, not get away with it. I think you can do it with animals just because it's a little less complicated. I don't think it'll work for humans. At least not this exact process. Maybe the idea, theoretically, you can, though. No, you can. It's still the exact same. Humans are animals. Yeah, but it's still a very different kind of animal. Like, the brain of a human is very different than the brain of a dog. For example, like, the eyes of a human are very different than the eyes of a dog. You hear about the medication that's supposed to extend a cat's life to 30 years? What the fuck? Wait, no. Huh? Wow, 3 days ago. This is brand spanking new. Japanese scientists developed treatments that can help cats live up to 30 years. Japanese scientists have developed a treatment targeting chronic kidney disease in cats, potentially extending their lifespan to 30 years. Cats with an average lifespan of just 15 years face CKD as a major threat as it dramatically worsens their health, particularly in adults, affecting nearly 30% of cats by the age of 10. In 2015, Dr. Taru Miyazaki, an immunology specialist at University of Tokyo, discovered a protein called apoptosis inhibitor of macrophage, AIM. I remember that messaging app. I'm something of a scientist myself. I've used AIM before. that helps the kidney flush out toxins using immunoglobulin antibodies. While AIM is present in the blood of many animals, he noticed that the protein doesn't always function properly in cats. This prevents crucial waste removal in felines, making them susceptible to kidney failure. Fueled by his passion for cats, Miyazaki has dedicated years of research to developing the AIM injection, a treatment targeting the root cause of feline kidney disease. Miyazaki's research faced a hurdle early in the process when COVID-19 stalled his funding, but in 2022 he shared his struggles with GG Press, sparking a wave of support from cat lovers worldwide. When donations totaling 300 million yen, $2 million, poured in, he decided to resign from his university position and focus solely on developing the AIM treatment. The AIM injection has shown promising results in ongoing clinical trials, exceeding expectations and even showing improvements in terminally ill cats. Miyazaki's team is actively working to ensure affordability of the medication, making this life-saving treatment accessible to all cat owners. The injection is expected to be commercially available by 2025. That is a fucking crazy timeline, by the way. I don't know. I'm just learning about this for the first time. I don't know how legit this is. I don't know if this actually is like this incredible breakthrough that it seems to be. But for $2 million, 2 million clams, and only a few years, relatively speaking, a few years in the grand scheme of things, it's still 10 years overall from 2015 till now. But 10 years and $2 million, he was able to find an extremely massive breakthrough medication to treat a very deadly disease. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. And honestly, that's very cheap too. For medication, $2 million worth of donations going to that, that's very cheap for cats. Well, yeah, obviously, this same procedure is not going to go through for humans. There's a lot more red tape there. This is animals. But I've said for a long time, you can go back and find stream clips. I really think we're not far off from having a future where animals are able to live an extremely long lifespan. I really think, and I think they deserve it. Like, for sure. I would love that. Yeah, it really seems like this guy just had a true passion and the knowledge to try and act on it, and he got the money he needed and focused on it entirely. No red tape, no corruption, just beelining for the goal, and looks like on the verge of accomplishing it. That is very exciting stuff. I will absolutely be keeping my eye on this. This is incredible. Some very wholesome positive news. Big Pharma will increase the injection price by 100x. Well, the good news is, well, I mean, I guess you're not entirely wrong. Actually, veterinary costs are extremely high. But this wouldn't go through Big Pharma. Not in the way you think it does. The vet industry has its whole different set of problems when it comes to the expenses on things. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, it'll probably be very expensive, at least at the start. How do you know? Tiana's a vet tech. So I used to be kept up to date on everything that was going on in the vet industry and how expensive all of it was. I saw all of it firsthand. Have you heard about the new medicine that cures type 1 diabetes in 11 months? Holy shit, wait, we're getting some crazy breakthroughs. No, I didn't. Why doesn't that make more headlines? That should be such a huge splash. I even look for these things, and I don't see them. That's huge. Now, are you saying cure or treat? Did I read that wrong? Did you say cure or some kind of treatment to like... No, you said cure. That I don't know about. Hold on. Now I'm going to check that. I see what you found. You're looking at the stem cell therapy implant, right? Voice crack, right? That's the only thing that even attempts to say that, or attempts to say what you've just mentioned. So it's an experimental device containing millions of stem cells significantly reduce the need of insulin shots for people with type 1 diabetes. A treatment, researchers say, may someday provide a cure for the chronic life-altering condition. You missed my super chat. They have one for large dogs as well. What, a medicine, a treatment to help them live longer? Oh, you're right. FDA approves a medication that extends the lifespan of dogs. Medication developed by San Francisco-based startup Loyal received conditional approval by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Heard about The Rock's new Christmas movie that's racked up a massive budget over him being repeatedly up to 8 hours late on set? That's such a Rock thing to do. Don't know if it's true or not. First I've heard of it, but that just sounds like something The Rock would do. What's your ideal future in 30 years? Shit, brother, I don't know. This has nothing to do with 30 years, but you did just remind me of something. I'm having a call tomorrow about the God Slap movie, and I'm gonna see if I can talk a little bit more about it publicly because it's super hype. So maybe ideal future in 30 years, God Slap, biggest goddamn IP on the planet. More and more games are skipping Xbox, probably gonna die in a few years. Yeah, I've seen that. Black Myth Wukong skipping. I forgot the other one, but yeah, a lot of games are choosing not to go to Xbox. You ever thought about doing once in a while fan commander games where you bring fans out to play with you and would play with you game night style? That's not a terrible idea. We've been a little peek behind the curtain. We've been doing a lot of collab commander games because it's shocking the amount of people that play commander. So we've been doing a lot of that, but that's not a bad idea to do like fan games too. Best and worst character in Invincible. Best character, Omni-Man. Worst character, I don't know who the worst character would be. I actually don't really dislike any characters in a big way. No, I don't dislike Amber either, to be honest. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I actually think she's fine. Like in the beginning, I kind of did because it's like getting upset that your boyfriend's a superhero. But I don't know, she came around to be like, oh, okay, I see that it's really selfish of me to feel this way when you are literally saving people's lives. Like, she became very well aware of it then. And plus, she is young. Like, that is definitely, that makes sense for her character. So, I don't dislike Amber. I don't know who I would dislike, though. I don't think there's anyone that I actually dislike. Rex? Nah, Rex is great. Rex is a great character. The way they're handling his development is very good, too. Did you know they're growing computer brains? Think opposite approach to Neuralink. Just learned about that yesterday from stream. Organoids. Organoid intelligence. They're making computational machines out of brain matter. We're fast-tracking the darkest timeline. Hey, I don't know about that. Fucking organoid intelligence sounds so cool. Actual Fallout timeline. It's kind of beautiful, though. Like in Fallout, it's like really sad that, you know, the world ends and whatever, but probably won't happen in this timeline with organoid intelligence. We don't know.